All right, let's talk about the ARRMA Big Rock. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet truck. I've had this for, I don't know, about 3 months. Kind of a love-hate relationship. Let's go over some good things. One, it's a great looking truck. It's fast. Standard 3S. I'm running a 52 milliamp Zeeb 80C 3S hard pack. It's insanely fast. When I bought this, they were, I think, $319 new. Now they're around, I think, $369 new. Not really sure why the prices went up on the V3 lineup, the Granite, the Big Rock, Senton. I'm pretty sure they all went up to about $369. Typhon. Like I said, love-hate relationship with this truck. There's some things I don't like. One, it just seems like it breaks quite a bit. And it's stupid things that break. The shocks. The shock post rips out of the cup in the bottom. I mean, how annoying. You do like a cartwheel, and this metal rod will actually pull out of that plastic. It's just pressed in. So the rod is knurled, they smash it into that plastic, and it's supposed to hold. Well, any kind of tumble, chances are that's going to pop out. And your spring is going to go whizzing away. Very annoying. Now you can get needle nose pliers and guide that back in. But once it pops out once, it's pretty much shot. It's just going to keep doing it. So you can buy more shocks, I guess. One option that you can do is actually buy the shocks, shaft, eyelet, and spring perch. These are for the rear. So these actually have a new threaded part that goes into the upper part of the shock, and these are pressed in. So it's a cheap fix. As long as the rest of the shock is in good shape, this is probably the cheapest way to go. I don't feel it needs to happen though. A lot of what you see on YouTube are guys sending their trucks, 20 feet in the air, landing, not landing, and they just flip it over and go again. Unfortunately, I don't have that luck, and I'm only going about 5 foot off the ground, and stuff like this is breaking. Another problem, and I don't know if it's the wide stance, is the drive shafts. They break all the time as well. Mine are breaking right where the universal is. Again, once this happens it actually deforms the plastic, and these little metal pins at the universal here will come out again. It's just at that point they're pretty much junk. It's so frustrating. Again, going through a little bit of grass or something, and one of these goes, and I don't get it. I don't understand. I mean, I know it's a $320 basher, and I know these are going to break. I understand that. I'm not saying that these things should be invincible. I mean, this thing will do about 50, and it doesn't take much. A lot of this stuff is plastic, I understand, but still, it's disappointing. Again, I'm not sending this thing to the moon, and it's still breaking on me. As you see, I've gone through numerous shocks. I think these are new. I don't even know. I've bought steering blocks. I'm expecting things to break. This is what I'm getting at. C-hubs, front suspension arms. Let's see. I got another plastic spur gear. Should just go metal, but this was cheaper. This will get me out of a bind if I'm in the middle of a session. I also have rear hubs, wheel axles in case the wheel falls off and you can't find it. Also, I went for down the road when this thing wears out a little bit. Got some Hot Racing aluminum pivot balls. Kind of tighten everything up because this does just seem super loose. I don't know. The videos I watch, I guess it's common. Again, it's a $320 basher. You know, for what it is, it's actually a really good truck. It is fun. It is fast, and you can ride wheelies for 50 yards. I mean, it's outrageous. I really like it, but you know, between the shocks and the drive shafts, I'm just like pulling my hair out. There is no. Let's take the body off. There are no hard plastic rails on the body like some of the newer cars have out. So when you do land on the top or slide down the road on the top, it's just going to eat away at the plastic. I'm probably going to be popping through here pretty soon. The good news is new bodies for these. It's not like crawlers. These bodies don't cost much. I think maybe what, $30. You can get a brand new body painted, decals already on it, body clips, you know, the whole 9 yards. Let's see. So what have I done to this? Well, the servo fried. So I just got one of those Amazon specials, 20 kg servo, put it right in, set my endpoints for the steering. Seems to be great. I've had no issues with the ESC or the motor. They never get that hot, and I'll usually run 2 packs back to back. As you can see, what I have done is I've bought some oversized shocks off of eBay. This truck is sitting at its max height, even with the rings, the adjustable tension for the spring for the preload. They are screwed all the way up, and it's still sitting at max height. I don't know if that's going to be good or not for the drive shafts, but it seems to be holding up well. I do notice that I will have to change my toe and camber, but yeah, I mean, I haven't had anything break since I put those on. Also, I've heard of someone selling a skid plate for the bottom. I believe the guy's name is RC Mad Labs. And you get all kind of things. You get shims, you get the skid plate, detailed instructions. It's supposed to help with twisting, I believe. And that'll come in handy with, you know, when you're cartwheeling or landing off a big jump. I'm assuming it'll help save a lot of those problem parts. So I'm really looking at getting one of those. That'd be nice. Other modifications I've done, not too much. This thing is a garbage collector. If you go through any kind of small gravel, it finds its way inside the chassis. And one of the problems with these is the spur gear sits real close on the inside, and any kind of gravel or anything will get up by the spur gear, and it's plastic, and guess what? Your spur gear is going to strip out. One option you can do is you can take the motor out and see where the spur gear is, and you could drill a hole like I did. Some guys slot it, and the thought process is if anything's in there, that spur gear's spinning and it's going to spit that stuff out the bottom, and it will not bind because there's nothing there anymore because you slotted it, and it should save your spur gear, or at least make it last a little longer. Although, you know, that all depends. You know, are you bashing at the local gravel pit, or are you in a parking lot? You know, so I guess it depends where you play with it. Trying to think if there's anything else. You know, again, I get it. These things are meant to go fast. They're meant to be abused, and they're gonna break. But between the shocks and the drive shafts, it just drives me nuts. Hopefully, a couple of these improvements, and maybe if I get that RC Mad Labs skid plate, it maybe will remedy a lot of those issues I'm having. You know, again, I want to take this to a skate park and just send it. And I'm worried because I can't even do that with a homemade ramp going 5 foot off the ground without something bouncing off like a spring or a drive shaft. I don't know. If you guys have any questions or comments, or if you're experiencing the same things, feel free to leave a comment. Hope I answered any questions for people that are on the fence of buying one. And get out there and have fun. Tear it up. Thank you.